Middle-earth is home to all kinds of beings. Elves, dwarves, tree people, halflings, and yes, even regular people. The world of the Lord of the Rings has thousands of pages of lore, but if you don't feel like reading all that, here's a short version to get you started. Let's begin with the wizards. You might think wizards are just humans with magic training, like in most fantasy stories. But here, nope. In Middle-earth, wizards are actually a type of angel. Seriously. They're called the Istari, and there are 5 of them. Saruman the White, Gandalf the Grey, Radagast the Brown, and 2 mysterious blue wizards who just wandered off east and possibly started cults. No one really knows. These wizards don't gain power by studying spells. Their power comes from being supernatural beings, sent to help the people of Middle-earth resist evil. Sent by whom? Glad you asked. We'll get to that. So, how did that go? Well, Saruman gets corrupted by power and spinning wheels. Radagast gets distracted by squirrels. The blue wizards vanish, and only Gandalf actually sticks to the mission. Now, if there are angels, there must be a god. And yes, there is. His name is Eru Ilúvatar. At the beginning, there was only Ilúvatar and the empty void, which, let's be honest, was kind of boring. So, he created a bunch of angelic beings, called the Ainur, to keep him company. These Ainur split into 2 groups. The Valar, like archangels, powerful guardians of the world. There are 14 or 15 of them, depending on who's counting. The Maiar, their assistants. The Istari, the wizards we talked about, are actually a subgroup of the Maiar. So, Gandalf equals LOTR angel. Together, Ilúvatar and the Ainur sang the world into existence. Literally, they created reality through a cosmic symphony. But there's always one guy who wants to sing solo. Meet Melkor. Melkor, aka Morgoth, is the most powerful and clever of the Valar, and he decides he doesn't want to play along. He sings his own tune, which creates dissonance, and also all the evil and suffering in the world. Oops! Melkor also recruits other Maiar to join his team, like the Balrogs, meaning, yes, that lava demon Gandalf fights, it's basically another angel. That's why a wizard can go toe-to-toe with a fire monster. Melkor also creates dragons, trolls, and other nasties through his corrupted creations. The other Valar make...
That's why humans are the let's go get things done species of Middle-earth. Elves, on the other hand, are so connected to the world they're basically made of nature. Same with dwarves and ents in their own ways. That's partly why it's so hard to get them to agree on anything, especially when orcs show up. Speaking of orcs, Melkor couldn't create anything as great as elves or humans, so instead, he kidnapped and tortured some elves early on and warped them over generations, creating the orcs. Yeah, it's dark. All of Melkor's schemes, corrupting beings, creating monsters, forming a dark army, eventually lead to a massive war. He loses big time and gets banished into the void. Everything in The Lord of the Rings happens after this epic battle between good and ultimate evil. Enter Sauron. Sauron, the main villain of The Lord of the Rings, is just a really strong Maiar. In fact, he used to work for Melkor as his right-hand guy. After Melkor's defeat, Sauron goes solo, forges the One Ring to boost his power, and becomes everyone's problem. And finally, Hobbits. Hobbits look like they might be related to dwarves. Small, love caves, but they're actually just a type of human. We don't know much about their origin except that they're related to men. Even with all the lore, Tolkien never really explained their beginnings. But that's okay, because sometimes in a world of gods, angels, and ancient wars, all you need is a brave little hobbit with hairy feet.